Good afternoon. This is the opportunity for Espire to talk about after the good sessions that Daniel talked about and on the data, and before that there's a good discussion from the Aaron on the architectural side. What I see is that how when we are moving into the various transformation which is required at the enterprise level, how to go about those kind of a transformation which we bring into as a service provider from an Espire side. And we are the Espire capabilities coming to, it is all around the total experience. So here, as you will able to see my slides, I hope, that what we are going to talk about in this session is some of the key takeaways. We bring in a view that how in the enterprises, while we are looking from an architectural, people, processes, as well as the concept of the technical data and the data lakes, the key factors is a combination of for an enterprise to see total experience in today's is with the customer experience and powered and enabled by employee experience and business experience. So it is elevating a focus and moving it out beyond customer experience and going into the and enabling employee experience as well as the business experience. And that's where, from what at Espire we cover and we provide a solution to our global customers day in, day out, how they can implement total experience with the variety of the products and platforms. Objective is that at one side, customer experience is covered based on with the key focus of retaining and customer acquisition. But how to change it, what are the changes in the market, specifically after a pandemic? It is a digital, what we call as the right hybrid mix of a physical and the digital experience which is required, and going beyond the traditional ways of a multiple channels of a devices, of mobile and website, etc. It is all about covering it out using the multi-experience, different level of modalities which have come into place, chatbots, virtual assistants, and the areas which are covering augmented reality and the platforms like a OutSystem and other which are supporting those. Number of others as well. And so that's where it's covered one way how to cover up using multi-experience. On the other side, the employee experience is powered with the digital workplace at where Espire brings in expertise, and we'll talk about those, how those successfully implemented enable the management of the content, the business workflows, and empowering employees to deliver best experience. One of the statistics from the Gartner states that more than 57% of the employees feel that if they are enabled better, they can deliver better services to their customers. And there's a need of a better empowerment, better enablement of employees to deliver required customer experience. So while those are the two facets, customer experience and employee experience, but looking from the operation point of view, what to provide an actual experience to the business is all around bringing in automation and the cloud environments there to address the need of a market, specifically more urban after COVID pandemic, that is agility and scalability and working from anywhere. And lastly, but not the least, there have been traditional applications which are going in the legacy environment and now required to be migrated to the new microservices architecture. And that's where we bring in our at a Espire capabilities to deliver total experience solution. So with that, let me a little further talk about what is our approach, what is our framework which we follow. What we see is that at any enterprise, so this is a typical infographics for an enterprise where the focus is on the three things: on the customer experience, business experience, and in order to deliver both customer experience and business experience, foundation is the employees and enablement of an employees. And that constitutes what we see as a total experience. And it is more in line with Gartner analysts also talk about, and their recommendation is to follow a strategy which is more focused on the total experience. And what at Espire, what we cover it up our services to the enterprises globally in various vertical, that when they are trying to deliver a total experience, at Espire, we bring in the values of how a solutions covering brand building, content management, campaign management, and digital commerce can be done in a more personalized, contextual, and a multi-experience methods. And how at the same time, the business experience can be brought in using the automation, integration, analytics, and some of the industry-specific platforms which we bring in. Like in the logistics, we work quite a lot, bringing in a blue yonder JDA platform. We work in the higher education space, bringing a niche product from a banner from Alicia. Similarly, in the insurance, bringing a platform from claims. So that's where we try to bring a business experience in a multiple ways. And above all, as a foundation for an employee experience, using the platforms of a Microsoft Teams and the content management and Power Platform to do this. The objective is by all this together, bring it for an enterprise, enable the enterprise to deliver best customer experience, employee experience, and business experience, which we consider is critical as an experience required. So not only focused on one part, but to fuel out all the engines to deliver total experience so that the consumer and customer of any enterprises can see a benefit through the different multi-experience levels. So that's where we cover it up at Espire. And this is again approach when we look into this total experience and multi-experience, it is an approach which is going on. Some of the Gartner's analysts shared out in the last year, 2020, after pandemic as well, they suggesting the approach on a total experience strategy, which is covering the multiple experience on the customer employee experience. And as per the Gartner analyst views, that the organization which go and follow this holistic approach of covering customers, employee, business, user experience, and multi-experience lead to, against their competitors there. And objective is to make the brands free of the channels. And it is not about limited to the mobile and only the channels of the web, but bring in more sensory, more conversational, more immersive channels into the place. And that's where the need is of a multi-experience. And that's where some of the data points talk about from the Gartner that by 2023, 25% of the mobile progressive web app and conversational apps will be built through the multi-experience development platforms. And by 2024, one of the three enterprises will use a multi-experience development platform to increase this speed. So at Espire, following the trend, following the view and our core capabilities around this space, we are at Espire, we have been working for the last 20 years. We bring in a digital transformation through this total experience, addressing how to cover it up, all the factors, whether it's the right implementation of a multi-experience, customer experience, employee experience, and the user experience. And some of these statistics from the information from the even analysts suggest that even one of these is missing. If a multi-experience is missing, if the new channels are not introduced and it is just limited to the web and mobile and other, implementation today's date will be quite poor. It is a need to look into sensory, immersive, and conversational platforms, etc. Look into the better adoption by a more intuitive user experience is critical, and better alignment with the customer by having a right customer journey maps, and similarly better enablement of an employee following the employee journey maps. So that's where it is critical, and that's where we consider as a part of Espire frameworks in any organization or any enterprise to deliver a solution which are aligned for a total experience. And core services, how we deliver this, that is the strategy. And from a strategy, when we talk about an execution, we use a framework and architecture of a customer engagement hub. And in that using that frameworks which we have, we utilize various services and look into the different section of a digital experience management, multi-channel customer communication, that is a inbound engaging the customer as well as a outbound, providing the employees digital workplace. At the same time, building some of the enterprise solution as I talked about, whether for the WMS or whether higher education or insurance sector, or a platforms like using a Salesforce for sales service and community clouds. And at the same time, build some of the solutions we are required for an enterprise in a custom application. What important in today's world is not these applications to exist in a silos. It is important to have a complete hub and all a cross enterprise, and that's where the integration becomes important factor at which at Espire will bring it. And along with that, the analytics, be it a customer analytics, employee analytics, or business analytics, and moving to the cloud and bringing an automation to the low-code application platform and conversational AI platform. But in digital world, we make sure that data security remains key. And that's where we deliver, our teams work it out day in, day out, globally in different countries, Australia, Singapore, Southeast Asia, UK, Europe, and North America. And by doing this, we leverage our key partnership earlier from the Microsoft, where we have been working as a partner for the last 20 years, and then our partnership at the different levels between the platforms which are used for the digital experience platform, or customer communication platforms, or the enterprise platforms like 𝐿ution, Salesforce, etc., as well as some of the conversational and low-code application platforms, OutSystem, which offer quite a lot of a multi-experience offering as well, and RPA platforms. So this is some of the key platforms where at Espire we have strong teams with a number of certified resources, and solutions are built to using our customer engagement framework to deliver end-to-end total experience solution. So with this, possibly I will pass on this to my colleague, Nitesh, who is the head Southeast Asia region, to talk about some of the case studies where our teams have successfully executed some of the engagement and passing a benefit to some of the Singapore-based companies. So over to you, Nitesh.
Sorry about it. I hope I'm loud and clear, right?
Sure.
Perfect. So thanks, Gagan. I think in last couple of minutes, we have been talking about why total transformation is the need of the organization. Now let's talk about some of the leading organizations at global front, how they got transformed. And from Espire point of view, it's been a privilege for us to be a part of those transformation journey. So to start with, we are talking about one of the leading insurance company operating from over 85 years or so. We will see how they have boosted the customer retention with personalized communication across different channels to serve the need of policy servicing, claims, billing and collection, etc., in a dynamic and most importantly in an interactive way. So some of the pain points, because it is important for us to understand before I talk about how we have done that. So pain points like understanding the challenges due to legacy systems, self-servicing interactive communications, issues due to insurance company wherein they are unable to send personalized communication all across to different channels, disintegrated communication in place, upsell and cross-sell opportunities being compromised, right? These are the known challenges we have witnessed, but at the end of the day, when we get onboarded and transform the system, we're talking about Quadient-based CX solution being implemented and adopted for this insurance company, with which personalized CX experience in an interactive dynamic way being achieved, and which is all around to address the need of self-servicing communication strategy. And at times, I believe you will agree with me that it is more important when on-demand communication generation has also been served and needed by most of the customers, because ad hoc need you cannot just stop, right? So you have to address that. So indeed, it helps us to bring in required customer satisfaction to increase their retention, and as well as reduction in support calls too. And in totality, it's been wonderful experience to achieve the business objective out there with this leading insurance company here in Singapore. They are the global company as well, but this particular instance, we are talking about Singapore. So moving further, let's now understand one of the health, case study. And as in the morning session, I think Mr. Chia was talking about healthcare in Singapore is primarily divided into 3 clusters, and it's been a privilege for us to be a part of all these clusters to drive in overall CX, EX, and regarding the work, it's being transformed to some of the leading cluster here. And in this case study, let's understand some of the pain points. So I think right content was one of the important area which we have seen being struggled. Overall collaboration, which translates into old system in place where for even changing the content, it needs to undergo with IT project, for example. Also from healthcare perspective, for public facing website initiatives, it should be allowing leaders and departments to manage the content by themselves, right? And this is also not being in place early times, right? And in addition, internal collaboration issues we have witnessed due to lack of CX and EX approach leads to teething experience for employees. And some of the responsive mobile first design, which is also being witnessed, because this is the need of the citizens here, and for that matter everywhere. So here we have used Microsoft platform to improve the required CX and EX need, and responsive design got implemented, resulting impressive customer experience, along with allowing key stakeholders to manage their own content based on business needs. And some of the initiatives around procurement system has been implemented to bring in great experience for internal procurement stakeholders as well as vendors too. And this is also in compliance to government initiative here in Singapore from secure cloud perspective, because in this case, we have transformed them into 𝐻Cloud to make it more secure. So this is from healthcare perspective, and this is more around Microsoft digital workplace is what being achieved in this case. Let's now proceed further to understand how transformation is carried out for one of the leading university institute in Asia Pacific. This work also got recognition from Microsoft, and also got personalized experience award from principal company Sitecore, and some more work carried out in the area of total transformation. And for current year 2021, this case study will soon be published on Microsoft website as well. So let's now understand the overall journey from pain points to transformation being carried out. And before I talk about the details, let me share a glimpse of this university who has got 7 campuses, 35,000 students. And this university has achieved top-notch position through their transformation. As you can see, they have ranked #1 Catholic university in Asia Pacific region and fits into top 2 university worldwide as well. Now talking about pain points, it's been a journey of almost like 4 years or so. Started in 2017, and some of the pain points include personalized experience challenges, lack of data-driven decision approach, issues due to 360-degree level view for students, and also a lot of manual processes and heavy operational cost. So these are some of the pain points. And I must tell you, it's been great experience, around total transformation being carried out here while rolling out CMS Sitecore to achieve the personalized student experience and Microsoft platform to achieve the desired result from business experience point of view. I think for any initiative for that matter, it is important to remain clear in terms of statistics, because at the end of the day, we all get assessed for actual outcome. So this brings me to share some of the amazing work achieved, and you can see some of the statistic here in this slide as well, from customer experience point of view or employee experience and business experience as well. In fact, while adopting robotics process automation or low-code platform initiative alone, a lot of savings being achieved already successfully, and another almost like $1 million, as you can see, is on the verge of saving for this institution. And this is not just limited to Asia Pacific, in this case, Australia, but even in Singapore for one of the leading institute, we have transformed. And when it comes to process automation, $500,000 cost is already being saved for this institution with the help of those automation initiative. So this is more from insurance this is more from education university in Australia. Let's move to the next slide. Wherein we will see how things look beyond Asia Pacific. And with this case study, we're going to talk about UK-based insurance customer who is in claim business, got transformed. And this company has been there for over 100 years in the market, specialized in employers, liability, third-party insurance coverage. And some of the typical pain points are they had inefficient claim management process with financial leakages, leading to poor customer experience and business experience. And due to legacy system in place, challenges around dynamic customer engagements being witnessed. If I talk about market or customer sentiments on their demand, then it is certainly needed to have robust digital insurance system which can offer multi-channel experience in a seamless way. So how I think that is important to know. We have built cloud-based scalable bespoke claim handling system to address the need of customer experience and business experience. And from CX perspective, if there is a customer satisfaction in place, which is driving to loyalty and required growth, and then half of your battle is already sorted, in the area of transformation. And I hope you will agree with me on that point. Similarly, from business experience point of view, rollout of centralized claim system has also helped here quite a lot, with faster turnaround time for generating real-time dashboard reports for business leaders was also quite helpful from faster time to markets. So I think in summary, having the bespoke solution developed in line to business needs to address the CX and BX issues was the key takeaway out of this important initiative for this customer in UK. Coming back to again Singapore, this is one of the leading electricity and gas distribution company, and I'm sure you all know because the reach is across island, and we all are a customer, including you, the audience joined here, and myself. Here, this is one of the great case study in the area of CX and BX, and the primary objective which we have rolled out or which we have focused was more around self-servicing dynamic communication platform. And from communication perspective, this platform serves, as I said, entire population here. And I think some of the key issues in early times was delivering personalized multi-experience, through different channels and different touch points, and also lacking on inconsistent communication due to delay. So these are some of the things we have seen. And when it comes to improvisation, I think we have seen whether it is CX, EX, or BX, we have done the needful result. So in the interest of time, let me quickly go to the next, few slides. And this is in fact the last slide we have. And while we are concluding our session, let's share a little glimpse of who we are and what we do at Espire. We have been working for almost like 2 decades in digital transformation, and with our focused consultative first approach, we could able to translate some of the success stories around total transformation as we have presented today. We have got dedicated COE who are industry-led expert, having 2 decades of experience, more than that. And over a period of time, we have served 100+ global customers, and we have 11 global locations. Focus is certainly around ROI-based approach, resources certified in different technologies, around 500+. We are a process-appraised organization. You can see CMA level 5, and also a couple of ISO certification in place. And our mission is certainly to help customers. And my personal thought around it is go small, take baby steps. Indeed, it helps to get required success over a period of time. And with this note, I, Nitesh, Jain, done speaking, and I and Gagan are more than happy to address questions, if any. And also my email ID and contact details are mentioned here. So please feel free to approach us over an email. You can also refer our website, which is full of knowledge sharing, and you may find a lot of case studies there as well. So any question, please let us know.
That was absolutely fantastic, Mr. Gagan and Mr. Nitesh. So you, of course, gentlemen, you have to clap with us for yourselves, because that is exactly what we do at 𝐔𝐧𝐥𝐞. Fantastic presentation. And Mr. Oberoi, we have to ask, right? What makes Mr. Jain a fantastic regional head?
Yeah, definitely. Nitesh comes with the experience from the solutioning and the consultative approach in the digital transformation. Today's world is not about selling. It is about taking a consultative approach. And Nitesh, after spending so many years in Singapore and Southeast Asia, understand the culture and the need of the market in Southeast Asia across different verticals. So his consultative and technology experience in the digital for the last 20 plus years, and being very much in the Southeast Asia and Singapore region for several years, knowing the customer and the culture, and very well targeted solution for the various vertical, that brings in a fantastic. So he's not a seller, he's a consultant and trusted advisor.
Mr.
Thanks,
Jain,
Nitha, for asking this question. I think our half-yearly appraisal is on the way, so I will take it on a positive note.
It is such a good day to be Mr. Jain. Mr. Jain, of course, the same question to you. What makes Mr. Oberoi a fantastic CEO?
I think the same answer as one of the gentlemen joined today's morning session. If your boss is good, you don't work for the company, actually, you work for the people. And I think that brings me to a topic, wherever you need a support, 24/7, Gagan is always available. And it's not just for me, across the organization, this answer you will find it common. So Gagan is the name wherein he is always available, stand by in tough times. And I think this brings me an amazing boss. I've worked in the past with the leadership team, been spent, I think, customer-centric environment, working with banks as well. So I think I can relate some of these points. I had some experiences, but I think in Espire, knowing Gagan is there, I think this has been really wonderful journey so far. It's been 10 years, I guess, my stint with Espire. Yeah.
Fantastic answer. I mean, if the employees want to be a part, they see themselves in the future at the same company, that's the best testament for Espire. Thank you so very much, gentlemen. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you again.